Goku's transformation is here, guys. Episode 18 of Dragon Ball. Daima Awakening? I honestly can't believe it. They did it. They gave Goku. Well, I'm going to spoil it here. If you haven't seen the episode yet, major spoiler warnings. I try not to spoil it in the title and thumbnail, but yeah, it's Super Saiyan 4. We got Kid Goku. Super Saiyan 4 in pretty much all of its glory. He was a total Chad in this chapter. So many artistically beautiful shots. We got him running like a monkey. We got him decimating Goma, but the fight is not over. It will continue in the next episode, and Goku has been drained of all of his power, but a wish has been granted, and I believe that he will be transforming back into an adult and probably go back in a Super Saiyan 4 adult for the next episode, I'm pretty sure, which is insane. So let's start from the beginning of this episode because it was almost all action. Goku starts in Super Saiyan 3, and as typical in Super Saiyan 3 fashion, he starts out extremely well. And the fight was really cool, but the stamina consumption is too strong. And we see every time from Super Saiyan 3 it starts out strong, and then it fails. And that's pretty much what happens here. Goku fights Goma for a little bit, and the action is great, but he just starts eventually losing Majin. Dude decides to join in after his brother throws him a cookie, and he realizes that he can power up too. And he gets like Super Saiyan 3 hair, and actually goes ham for a little. But I got to admit, like, there's something about this Majin Dema guy that he kind of carries the series for me. Like, he's totally the MVP of this series. I love Majin Dema, but his chocolate power wore off pretty quickly, and he's out of it. But it was funny, and that's when Neva notices, comes over, and does something to awaken the primal power within Goku, and this immediately triggers his Super Saiyan 4 transformation. And it was immaculate. Like, the shots here were crazy. There was just so much animation that went into making this transformation pop off. Like, they really wanted to make this a highlight episode to make the internet go crazy, and they put in the work. There is just so many like artistic highlight shots in this whole episode. Obviously, you're going to be seeing a lot here in this video, and they made Goku look super cool. And you can tell that it is the primary point of this entire episode is just to make Super Saiyan 4 Goku look as raw as possible, because this is basically officially canonizing Super Saiyan 4, which is what fans had thought was a huge possibility for this series. In fact, there was a ton of debate at the beginning over whether or not this is GT 2.0, and yes, confirmed it is GT 2.0. They made it extremely cool, but they didn't make it OP. Like, it just gave him a really nice big power boost, enough that he could fight Goma a little bit better. But the third eye that Goma has just continually makes him stronger and stronger and stronger. And as we saw at the end of the episode, he eventually becomes a giant, and he's kind of gets out of control, and it seems that even though Super Saiyan 4 Goku is insanely strong, he's still kind of struggling near the end of the episode. So I like that. It's like they gave him this form. They made it extremely cool. They made him extremely powerful, but they didn't make it so up that it was just like, okay, it's there for 2 seconds. He shots the enemy, and that's the end of the series. Like, there's still a lot coming, and I'm dying to see him as an adult. Super Saiyan 4, which I'm almost positive we're getting in the next episode, and that's going to make fans go really nuts. So we got this awesome animation of Goku running, like, kind of as a monkey. This reminds me a lot of the whole Kefla sliding Kamehameha scene. Just a beautiful Y artistic animation. That's so dynamic and cool. A highlight reel for sure. There's just too many awesome animated shots. I mean, they went all in on this episode, you can tell. And it paid off, at least for the fans that, like Daima, I know that like half the fan base is still really against this series, and they just simply don't want to watch kids again. But we only got 2 more episodes, boys, and it's going to be over. And then we're going to go back to Dragon Ball Super with the moral arc. And if we get the moral arc in this quality, boys, it's over. Like, Dragon Ball is so back. If they can just do adult Dragon Ball in this level of quality, which they should have no problem doing. I mean, it really isn't that much different to make them kids as to draw them as adults. It's almost identical. So if they can give us this level of quality as kids, they can definitely do it as adults. It's maybe slightly easier on the highly animated Sakuga scenes. But other than that, I think this is extremely promising for Dragon Ball Super Return. So here we got this one awesome scene here near the end, where Goku starts charging up this beautiful Kamehameha, where they change the colors, and it's just like, oh my god, like, you just can't take your eyes off. And he gets punched in the face really hard, and like, you think he gets knocked out, and you're like, oh no. But my boy is like still charging up the Kamehameha. Like, after taking the hit to the face hole, that camera rotation animation, just with the Kamehameha right into Goma. Like, beautiful, just so beautiful and creamy. But even though he took the full brunt of that blast, that Oculus, the third eye, powers him up even more, and now he grows into a massive giant. But it's also representative of his power. I mean, normally in Dragon Ball, being a giant doesn't make you stronger, at least for Piccolo it didn't. But when Goma attacks Goku, here he likes to block it and just gets owned. So now Super Saiyan 4 for Kid Goku is like nothing, which is why I think this wish is going to turn him back into an adult, and then he's going to get Super Saiyan 4 again. But adult Super Saiyan 4 is going to go real crazy next episode. I can almost guarantee you guys it's coming. Glorio goes to make a wish because Aransu tells him to wish to make her the new Demon King, so she can stop Goma, but he makes his wish in Nin, summoning the demon. Shenlong is finally here. He's really cool and really strong. There's one point where Goma even flies in, tries to attack him to stop the wish, and the dragon literally just flicks him away. So like, damn dude, like, how strong is this dragon? Like, holy crap. Glorio has his guilty conscience here. You know, we've been talking about this the whole series. There's just been so many signs that at the end of the series, he's going to switch and become a good guy. And one of the Neen words he says is like, child to pop, which I mean is a pretty telltale sign that he's reversing them being turned into children. The wish is made, and Aaron Sue thinks that she's going to be Demon King. But everybody's going to grow up here. You know, 99.9. I'm percent sure. And that's the end of the episode. But next episode, Adult Super Saiyan 4, Gokuverse, Kinga, the finale of DA, I'm sure episode 20 will just be them, like cleaning everything up and going home. But next episode's going to be lit, dude. Like it's going to be one of those episodes I feel like you could watch over and over. Did you like this or not? I think it was pretty cool. But being an almost 40-year-old man, it is really hard for me to be sympathetic to the kids. So I definitely understand like the old school Dragon Ball fan base like me that grew up with it. We were watching Dragon Ball Z when we were in middle school on Toonami. So most of us are adults now, and it's, you know, I get it. It's hard to watch the kids, but you got to admit that this transformation in this episode was pretty cool. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Super Saiyan 4 is now canon, officially canon. That's right? It's in the record books. No more arguing there. I'll see you guys next week for Adult Super Saiyan 4.